Hello everybody, this is Pastor Green. We're doing another Bible study, 2 Samuel chapter 3. If you'd like me to come speak at your church, or if you have any questions, you can send me an email or you can just comment below. 2 Samuel 3 verse 1. Now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, but David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of David waxed weaker and weaker. And if you look at this chart here, you'll see the house of Saul. So here's Saul's 3 sons that died in the battle with the Philistines at the end of 1 Samuel chapter 31. And you can see over here Michal and Michal, who actually married David. And sadly, she actually died childless. And you can see over here some of the children by Saul's concubine. And this right here is one of Saul's children that actually reigned over Israel for 2 years, and then he was assassinated, and he's going to be a big part of this chapter here. So into David were sons born of Hebron, and his firstborn was Ammon, and an Edomite, the Jezreelite. And the second was Shelbiah, and Abigail, the wife of Naob the Carmelite, and the third Absalom, the son of Micah, the daughter of Tamar, king of Gur, and the fourth Adodoan, the son of Hiddath, and the fifth Shaphanim, the son of Abtel, and the sixth Athrim by Elah, David's wife, and they were born to David in Hebron. So you can see here all of David's wives, and I think he had like 8 or 10 concubines on top of all these. And you can see here the genealogy of David. You can see here it says David had 8 wives plus 10 concubines. And it came to pass, while there was a war between the house of Saul and the house of David, that Abner made himself strong for the house of Saul. And Saul had a concubine, whose name was Rapaz, the daughter of Aiah. And Ashbotheth said to Abner, "Wherefore hast thou gone to my father's concubine?" So you can see here, Ashbotheth is the king right now. And Abner went to Saul's concubine to make a baby with her. So that would be his nephew's concubine. And it was Abner very wroth for the words of Ashbotheth, and said, "Am I a dog's head which against Judah do show kindness this day to the house of Saul thy father, to his brethren and to his friends? And have I not delivered thee to the hands of David, that thou chargest me today with a fault concerning this woman? And so did God to Abner, and more also, except for the Lord has sworn to David, even so I do to him." You know, it's sad that these 2 guys were fighting over a woman, but the Bible's pretty clear that we're supposed to go forth and make more babies. If you look over here in Genesis 1, it says, "So God created man in his own image, and the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth." Basically, have a bunch of babies. So God gave a clear commandment to fill the earth with kids, and He gave us unbelievably complex equipment to do it, and this nearly irresistible drive to do it. And if you look at the animals in nature, you can see the complexity and drive can be seen millions of places in nature. You got these 2 guys fighting over a woman, these guys fighting over a woman, these ducks fighting over a woman. You got these 2 lizards fighting over a woman, these rabbits, some wolves or foxes, kangaroos, cheetahs, leopards, snakes, elephants. These are rhino beetles, or maybe these aren't the rhino beetles, but these are big beetles. Some type of epox or deer or something. Some praying mantises. 1 Corinthians 7 says, "Now concerning the things wherefore you write to me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise let the wife to the husband. The wife has no power of her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband has no power of his own body, but the wife. Defraud ye not one another, except it will be consistent for a time, Let a man give yourself fasting and prayer and come together again, that Satan may tempt you not for inconsistency. So it's saying that men and women should marry. They should be intimate often, and the only times they shouldn't be intimate, if they agree at a certain period of time they're not going to be intimate, because this drive is so strong that the devil's going to tempt you basically to cheat on each other. Genesis 2 says, And the Lord God said, It is not good that a man should be alone. I will make him a helpmate for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them to Adam to see what he could call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all the cattle and the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found him a helpmate. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made a woman, and he brought her to the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. He took a piece of the side of Adam, because he wanted them to be equals. Not the foot, not the head, but the side, because they wanted them to be equals. But equal is not the same as exactly the same. They're very, very different. They both have a role to play. Men have roles to play, women have roles to play, and together they can do something really special. Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother, and he shall cleave to his own wife, and they shall be one flesh. This basically says one woman for one man for one woman. God's original design. So the question is, why did David have so many? In fact, a lot of people in the Old Testament had many wives and many concubines. 2 Samuel 3. So that charges me today with a fault concerning this woman. So do God to Abner, and more also, except as the Lord has sworn to David, even so do I to him today. To translate the kingdom from the house of Saul, and to set up the throne of David over Israel and over Judah, from Dan even to Beersheba. And he could not answer Abner a word again, because he feared him. And if you look at the map here, we have Dan on the top of Israel, and Beersheba on the bottom of Israel. He's saying all this area here is going to be given to David. You know, there's a song in America that says, This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, the land is made for you and me. It's the same idea. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. You can see here, it's basically encompassing all of the land. 2 Samuel 3:12. And Abner sent messengers to David on his behalf, saying, Who is the land? Saying also, Make thy league with me, and behold, my hand shall be with thee, and bring about Israel unto thee. So Abner didn't really want Saul's family to prosper. He wanted David to prosper. And he said, Well, I will make a league with thee, but one thing I require of thee, that is, thou shalt not see my face, except thou bring Michael's son's daughter, when thou comest to see my face. So you can see here, this Ashbotheth is the guy that reigned over Israel after Saul's death. And Abner wanted to make David king. And Michal, which was Saul's daughter, he wanted to see her because she was the only person in Saul's line that he actually liked. And David sent messengers to Ishbosheth, Saul's son, saying, Deliver me my wife Michal, and I will expose to me for 100 foreskins of the Philistines. And Ishbosheth sent and took her from her husband, even from Philip the son of Lash. And her husband went with her along weeping behind her to Baruth, when they said to Abner to him, Go return, and he returned. And Abner had communication with the elders of Israel, saying, Ye sought for David in times past to be king over you. Now then do it, for the Lord hath spoken of David, saying, By the hand of thy servant David I will save thy people of Israel out of the hands of the Philistines, and out of the hands of all their enemies. And Abner also spoke to the ears of Benjamin, and Abner went to speak in the ears of David in Hebron, and it seemed good to Israel, and it seemed good to the whole house of Benjamin. So Abner came to David to Hebron, and 20 men with him. And David made Abner and all the men that were with him a feast. And Abner said unto David, I will rise and go, and I will gather all Israel to my lord the king, that they may make league with thee, that thou mayest reign all over the time the heart desires. And David sent Abner away, and he went in peace. And behold, the servants of David and Joab came from pursuing a troop, and brought a great spoil with them, But Abner was not in David in Hebron, for he sent him away, for he is gone in peace. And Joab and all the hosts that were with him were come, and they told Joab, saying, Abner the son of Ner came to the king, and he has sent him away, and he is gone in peace. And Joab came to the king and said, What hast thou done? Behold, Abner came unto thee. Why thou hast sent him away, for he is quite gone? Thou knowest Abner the son of Ner, and he came to deceive thee, and know thy going outs and comings in, and to know all that thou doest. And when Joab had come from David, he sent messengers after Abner, which brought him again to the wells of Sirah, and David knew it not. And when Abner was returned to Hebron, Joab took aside the gates and spake with him quietly, and smote him there under the fifth rib, that he died, for the blood of Ashel his brother. So you can see this guy grabbed him by the beard and stabbed him. And afterwards, when David heard it, he said, And I of Canaan are guiltless before the Lord, forever from the blood of Abner the son of Ner. Let it rest on the head of Joab and all his father's house, and let there not fall upon the house of Joab one that has an issue, or that is a leper, or leaneth his staff, or falleth on a sword, that lacketh bread. So Joab and Ashbel his brother slew Abner, because they had slain their brother Abner and Gibbon in the battle. And David said unto Joab and all the people that were with him, Rent your clothes, and grind you with sackcloths, and mourn for Sir Abner. And King David himself followed the bier. And they buried Abner in Hebron, and the king lifted up his voice, and wept all the grave of Abner, and the people wept. And the king lamented over Abner, and said, Die, Abner, as a fool dieth. Thy hands were not bound, nor thy feet put in the feathers. As a man falleth before the wicked men, so falleth thou. And all the people wept again before him, wept again after him. And when all the people came to cause David to eat meat, it was yet day. David swore, saying, So do God to me, and more also, if I taste bread, or else the sun be down. And the people took notice of it, and it pleased them. And whatsoever the king did pleased all the people. And all the people and all Israel understood that day that there was not of the king to slay Abner the son of Ner. And the king said unto his servants, Knoweth he not that there was a prince and a great man fallen this day in Israel? Am I that day weak through anointed king, and these men the son of Zeruiah be hard for thee? And the Lord shall reward the doer of his evil according to his wickedness. So Abner had sex with his dead nephew Saul's concubine, Rapaz, and Saul's son, King Abosheth, got mad about it. So Abner decided to turn traitor and help David become king of all Israel. You can see that here. And David's nephew Joab thought Abner was a spy and killed him without David's orders and against David's wishes. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, you can comment below. You can send me an email. Make sure if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. Click the bell. Tell your friends about it. Put it on social media. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to put a couple links on the screen. The bottom right is going to be the 2 Samuel Bible study. The top right is going to be the 1 Samuel Bible study. And the bottom left is going to be a video YouTube thinks you're going to like. Usually it's the last video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.